Kendall Barbie, everybody! You know, I didn't have a caring mom like Kendall did. Just taught me about pot, and so instead, you guys, like I said, I used to drink a lot, and I thought I had a really good idea because I really didn't want to be an alcoholic. So I had a really good idea, and I thought I would just put a lot of alcohol into my food, so then that way I would just have an eating disorder. Okay, on deck, we got a special surprise with Chase Rader, but right now, everybody put your hands together for Ant!
Yes. This microphone kind of smells like cock and food stamps. I'm not quite sure who is to blame for that, but everybody tonight's taking the sober approach. It's kind of weird. I decided to go the opposite route. Usually I'm high when I do this. I decided to get drunk tonight. And by usually I mean the last time I did open mic was here, and I was pretty high. So we took the alcohol approach tonight. A little flustered though. My mind has been blown a couple times already tonight. It's an early night. Jenna, whatever. You kind of blew my mind. There's a lesbian basketball league. I just thought it was called the WNBA, but evidently there's a lesbian basketball league. That's awesome to know, and you're coaching for it. And Naysay, he watches SNL. That just doesn't even make sense, but we'll get into that some other time. So today I was cleaning my house. This is a true story. I was cleaning my house today. It's been a few days of partying, and it was time to catch up. And I found an old book report from high school on The Great Gatsby, and I wrote it down because I can't believe I passed high school. I used to give book reports in communications class of books that I'd never read before, and I gave a report on The Great Gatsby, which I still have not seen the movie, and the synopsis of my book report was, wealthy creepy magician throws swinger murder mystery parties at his sex mansion. And I got a C on it, and my teacher said, maybe you should read the book, but your book reports are entertaining. So she passed me on general purpose of just being entertaining for the class, which made me really think that I could probably write the synopsis for Netflix. I don't know if you guys have Netflix, right? I assume most people do. If you actually pay attention to the descriptions of the movies, it kind of makes you curious as to whether or not they even, first of all, proofread them. And if they do, the people that proofread them are probably the same people that proofread Chinese buffet menus. Have you guys seen any of these Chinese buffet menus? I shit you not, I was down in the cities, meaning Minneapolis, St. Paul, for those of you who don't speak like rednecks. I was down in the Minneapolis area, and I was at a Chinese restaurant, and the actual menu said, chicken with stuff, you try fun now. Exactly. I tried it. It was fun at the time, until I had to take a shit. But it made me think, like, there's so much mass media out there. People aren't checking shit over. So I started going through Netflix, and I found some pretty epic movies that had some pretty lame descriptions. See if you guys can guess what this is. The Hitman Loves Burgers. Oh, let me do the movie voice. The Hitman loves burgers. His partner's a drug preacher, and his girlfriend's a druggie. Sometimes crime is a work of art. Anybody? Yeah, Pulp Fiction, I guess. Have you seen the movie? Like, I'm pretty sure John Travolta's not dating the chick that he throws a needle into. She's dating the black dude who gets fucked in the ass at the pawn shop. But it made me think, like, you don't really have to watch these movies. Like, they could have just said movie about a foiled cafe robbery at that point. It's, it's not very accurate. How about this one? When the going gets tough, break out the ether and bring your attorney. What happens in Vegas, ... Yeah, it's a movie about Hunter S. Thompson. There's no mention of him whatsoever. So I started thinking, with my skills of writing book reports on books I've never read, I could probably write some movie reviews. When you're looking for a movie, by the way, on Netflix, you ever notice that any movie you really want to search for, they don't fucking have it? You start typing in letters and immediately it goes to, oh, movies similar to blah, blah, blah. Schindler's List. Schindler's List, for example. this would be my book report for Schindler's List. A savvy businessman in search of cheap labor assembles a dream team of go-getters. And I watch so many movies that I figure, we'll just incorporate it all together. Later on in life, we learn he's actually a Jedi Knight, prone to some kidnapping issues. That's like a 3-movie joke, you guys. You gotta really pay attention to media. What else do we got going on? You guys been to the mall lately? Yeah, it's as sad as it's been for 20 years. I went to the mall recently and I went and got some little samples of the cologne, because I like to smell nice when I'm at work. And the lady who was helping me, this mic really does smell like cock.
Gross.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's cock. Anyway, I got some cologne in my eye, and it was Armani cologne, and I panicked immediately. I was really worried that I was either A, gonna go blind, or B, wake up as a Guido. The next day I woke up, my vision was fine, but I was wearing an Ed Hardy shirt and I had bedazzled jeans on. And if you didn't get that joke, then you did a good job of staying out of nightclubs in the year 2009. Time's getting close. I'll tell one more story about the mall. This was my time during being a good boyfriend. I went to the mall with my at-then time girlfriend, and she tricked me into going to Victoria's Secret with her, which could be awesome, but for the most part, you feel pretty fucking weird when you go there. And you have two options. You go into the store and you walk around and do your thing, or you hang out in that weird couch area right next outside. If you guys haven't been to the mall in town here, that little area generally has the same group of people. There's like an old Asian dude who looks like he's about to die, kind of taking a nap, kind of just rotting away. There's usually a couple of old people pretending to read. This mic is awesome. There's usually a couple of old people pretending to read newspapers, but they're just like peering into the store and checking out the girls, just being creepy. And then there's like a group of loafers, that was a term we used in high school, going back and forth between Hot Topic and Spencer's Gifts. Well, I decided to go in, be a good boyfriend, help my girlfriend out, and I realized that day that you have about a 10-foot radius of being helpful boyfriend, creepy guy, because as we're walking around, she's asking me to help her pick out panties, and I'm going, I'm looking them over, I'm like, oh, this is nice, oh, how about this color, oh, I really like these, and then I realized, she had walked away from me 15 minutes prior, and there's a group of people just standing there looking at me as I'm going, oh, these are really nice, I really like these, and I'm holding them up and looking around, and everybody's just shaking their heads this motherfucking weirdo stuff. Alright guys, that's my time, thank you very much.
Give it up for Alex, everybody.